No intro screen here. I don't know if this is gonna work. This is totally random. Hello and welcome. It's Friday. So weird. It should be Thursday, shouldn't it? Hello, everyone. The usual suspects are dropping in. Hussein, Thunder, Mana, Jen Abbott, Andreas Brillin. Welcome, guys. Let's see. Just make sure everything's set up. I nearly didn't even make it this time because my camera wouldn't work. I had to like reboot my PC like 4 or 5 times, recheck my OBS settings, double check, triple check. Finally, I deleted it from my device manager and it popped up just about 3 minutes ago. So that was a close call. Well, I'm just going to give everyone a chance to drop in. Drop in, drop out. Oh, Grindle is here as well in the house. Welcome. And KC, Fagner, Sales. Welcome. Feels laid back with it being Friday. Hope you it hasn't upset your week too much. Let's check that. That's all right. All right. This week we're going to do the weekly modeling challenge. So actually, that's all the way up to week 21 now. Can you believe it or not? That's incredible that that's been going on. But that's not even the full truth, because it actually was 2 weeks at the end of 2021 as well, where we had two ones, and then it started over for week 1, and we're on week 21 now. I don't know what happened to the year. Oh yeah, so we got Sloth Fang is asking here, any more chance for 10-minute Blender videos? I think there might be, because I missed them too. I miss uploading normal videos. I had to revert to, during this stressful time of game release, I've had to revert to live streams only, and that's not really what I want my channel to be. Well, it's fun to live stream, of course, but I want to make sure that I upload videos as well. So, especially the 10-minute is what set everything off for the channel, even though I'd had the channel for 10 years. Oh yeah, son. So another one here. Look. So I think I don't think we're gonna reach full count today because it's such an odd time for me. Well, one day late. The reason why I had to push the stream forward is because I was with my family away for 2 days, and I don't really like to announce that you're going away or abroad or something. I wasn't abroad, but I was in southern Sweden on a bit of a road trip, and I don't like to announce that I'm away from the house. So that's why I left it a little bit strange in the chat there. But for anyone who's been in the Discord, I just said that I had to push the stream forward till today. So greetings everyone, and Sloth is I recently found your channel and love your content. Thanks, man or woman. Nice to hear it. And I'm looking forward to adding proper videos though. I hardly even know how to boot up DaVinci Resolve. It's been so long since I edited a video. It's crazy. Arvid is here as well, so that's nice. I don't know how to program in Lua. No, I have no idea. I think that's quite common when you script in game AI, and I'm actually looking at some AI stuff at the moment. So yeah, Jen, I agree with you. So everyone who's putting up on Instagram and stuff, look, we're in Spain, or we're in well, unless you live in Spain, of course, or we're in Greece, or we're in the US, and we're away from home on a wonderful holiday. It's like, ooh, okay, nice. Your house is probably empty then, so I don't like that. Yeah, man, I'm using DaVinci nowadays. I used to use Adobe Premiere, but I switched to DaVinci because one main reason, very particular actually, because I had the Adobe Creative, what's it called, Creative Cloud suite, so I paid a lot of money for that, still do unfortunately, but there was one thing that Premiere could not cope with. When I record, especially my 10-minute modeling challenge videos, I actually record a double wide screen, so 3840 by 1080, and then I had my face video on one half, I captured it, and on the other half I captured my screen. And in order to edit that, I'd like to import the same video file and then lay it on 2 layers in Premiere. And if for some reason it could not cope to read from the same video file twice and show it at the same place, it was lagging like crazy. Even on the best PC I had with the fastest SSD drives, it could not load that video file. And I had 64 gigs of memory, so it should have been plenty of memory to do it. But it could not play that file back over and over again. And then I tried DaVinci Resolve, and I could use one video file exactly the same, and I could overlay that even 4 or 5 times and play it back without any hiccups at all. So that was a sealed deal for me. Made the switch. If you have any questions, do at Imphenzia, so I can see it. Then it pops up in orange here for me. So Darth Jandis here. Hope you had a great vacation, Imphenzia. It wasn't actually a vacation. it was a combined / business trip, and then but my family was with me, and we could go to a place called Liseberg yesterday, which is a theme park that I've never been to in southern Sweden, which was great. I had a good time. So thank you. So I guess it was a combination of business and pleasure. Got Valentine. Evening Imphenzia. Do you know how to let's see. Do you know why your coloring method doesn't work on Ant landscape add-on? Do you have any tips on how to still use it? I don't know why it doesn't work, but I think some programs, including at least previous versions of our Unreal Engine, does not like when the UV mapping is infinitely small. So usually you have to increase it slightly so it's not infinitely small. I usually scale it to 0, all the faces, just for convenience. But if you scale it to something really small instead, 0.001 or something, it could work. So maybe you want to check that out. So I also used the free version of Resolve for a very long time until I got a new camera which had a codec with 10-bit video that required the full version, unfortunately. Please do a video tutorial on Blender 3.0. Yeah, should try to do that because or 3.1. That should be good. I have to update that, learn low poly modeling video, of course. William Gross. Hello, Imphenzia. I just sent a pic of an asset I'm working on in off show off. Can you tell me what you think? I'll tell you what. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go through the weekly challenges now because I'm struggling to keep up with stuff that's being shown everywhere. So I think the best way to get it seen is through the weekly. I nearly said monthly. That was not a good place to put it if you wanted to see. But unless it was the first one, which actually aired. So yeah. But let's see what else have we got here. We got some more. I'm going to start with just so you know, this week I'm going to go through about 4 weeks. Let's see, of 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks of the weekly modeling challenge that's going on in the Imphenzia Discord. Big thanks and shout out to Arvid and Alex Rack2, who's running that one, organizing it, doing a really good job, collecting all the entries, making sure everything's top notch, and syncing it to the Git repo so I can download it. So thanks. That's what we're going to be going through. Just take a few more questions before here. So we've got at Imphenzia. I'm from Brazil. Salve is like saying like a hi. Okay. I like your let's see. I can't even read. I like so much your videos and tutorials. It's helping a lot. Thanks. Great. Happy to hear that. Hopefully I'll be able to transition from my live stream soon as well. I want to do them every now and then, of course, but I also need to upload some proper videos. I don't know how long I've been saying that now. Oh, here's a question. How are you doing today? Asking the real important questions. Yeah, I'm doing good, thanks. And I hope everyone else is doing good too. So I actually drove back through the night from Gothenburg. So we set off about 11 o'clock at night, and I got home about 5 o'clock in the morning. So I've slept a little bit early in the day, and I'm trying to catch up. So I'm a bit off my normal rails here, but slowly getting back into it. And my family is going to go to England, but I'll be home. They're going tomorrow, so I'm going to be home doing maybe some videoing. Then I don't have any father obligations for 3 days. So, okay. So are those stock M50X earpads or replacements? I'm guessing you are talking to these. I've actually replaced these headphones because my last M50X they broke because they got all wrecked and they started to shed black like plastic pieces or leather fake looks. All right. I could not recommend a PC under $1,000, unfortunately. I have no idea what... it depends all of what you need to do, of course. Maybe someone in the chat can give you a shout. Don't really know. If I've made any more progress with the Unreal Engine since the last stream, not yet. Just a quick recap there. If you want to have the most stressful time of your life, you should try to release a multiplayer game on Steam and then have the usual stuff... I've been covering this, so I'm not going to cover it too much. But just know that... so when you release a game on Steam, if you ever plan to do that, nearly every game that releases has a really active release cycle. And then every day it'll fade down. And then you'll fall down to the floor somewhere. and a lot of concerns have been raised for Line War, the fact that it's dropping down, and we're aware of that, of course, but so is every other game. And it was a successful launch, but it's going to be tricky to maintain the concurrent player count, so we're going to be tweaking that a little bit. But we've been working so much to both communicate this thing and also working on the next updates that needs to be coming. So it's been a tricky time. I don't even know why I replied to something else here. If I made any progress with Unreal Engine, yeah. So I haven't had actually any chance at all to spend any time on my spare time projects here. So looking forward to getting back into that soon. So so if you have any questions, do at Imphenzia, and I'm going to share my screen now. Because on this wonderful site, I've got everything gathered here on the Git repo here. So I'm gonna go through week 17 here. That's where we left off last time. Your favorite snack was the topic that week. And then we're going to go through, and that's going to be selected. I always say emojicon, but it's just emoji, I guess. So whatever winner that we're going to find in this stack of contributions, which I haven't seen yet, is going to make it into an Imphenzia Discord server emoji. So that should be exciting. So usually I have to pick a winner then that is suitable for that. So it might not be the most photorealistic one, but I'll make sure I'll try to credit those as well. And then we're going to go through radios and other audio devices and sea life and castle. And then this week is a sword. So, and that's going to be picked next time we do this type of video or stream. I'm going to pick the winner for the sword theme here. So there's still time. If you want to jump into the Imphenzia Discord, check the link in the description, join there, and then start modeling and submit your sword. And maybe your one will be picked into becoming the next emote. So, all right, let's have a look. How do you think of a scene? How do you brainstorm? I just randomly think of something, Google maybe a few reference images just to get some starting ideas, and then I start to model. Just check the last stream, actually, that I did with the lighthouse again. That's sort of how I work. Head over shoulders. Head and shoulders sounds like a shampoo. Hello, Imphenzia, I love you. Thank you. Thanks for making it to the channel. Hope you're subscribing. If you haven't, click it. So there are already some awesome swords in the, yeah, I've seen that there was actually some entries uploaded there as well. Ooh, someone actually streamed their work on the challenge to the Discord server. Cool to watch. That's great. That's a good idea, actually. We should all do that more often. Maybe I'll, with the theme being a sword this time, maybe I should do a quick sword. It cannot win, of course. So, are you based in the UK? The Head and Shoulders reference makes me think that you must be. No, but we have Head and Shoulders. I'm in Sweden, Dan. So, I'm in Stockholm, Sweden. But my wife is from England, and I lived in the UK for 4 years. But that was a long time ago now, nearly 20 years ago. Can you believe it? So, my wife is English, so that's why. But you never know what's going to happen. I'm actually might be moving away for a while. So, we'll see where in the world we'll end up. It's going to be somewhere English-speaking because I'm too lazy to learn a new language. So we'll find out where it is. Got some plans. So that's actually why I had to go away a couple of days ago as well to do some preparations. All right. So this is it. Now we're going to... Okay. Let's see. We've got another question here. Can you tell us a bit about your work / play ratio? Oh, okay. So... Let's go full screen here. So work / play ratio. Does that mean how much I spend working and how much I spend playing games? In that case, it's probably about... It depends. I play quite a bit of Line War when I get a chance. And I guess since I've made the game, I don't know if I can class that as work or not. But then it'll be difficult to say. But maybe it's 90% work and 10% play or something like that, if I can count it. Otherwise, I'd like to play more games, but I rarely find the time to do it. But then I play some games with my kids, of course, unless I get seasick from them, because I like to play Sea of Thieves now with my son, but I can only last about I don't know, 30 minutes, and then I got too motion sick, so I had to stop it. Oh, yeah, okay, so my semi-US style accent could be because I lived in the US for a year as well, but that's even longer ago. 1992, 93, I lived in Connecticut for a year as an exchange student. Those were the days. Oh, from Uzbekistan as well. We've got world coverage here. Mia is here as well. Oh, that's good. Thanks, Mia, for arriving. Then we can get started. I was waiting for you. Not really. I'm only joking. Of course I was. Oh, okay. So where do you see the future of Unreal and Unity Engine? Just started with Blender, following tutorials. Thanks. Okay, so the future I see is... Okay, this is a fun topic actually, because for Unreal Engine, I'm really excited in the way that a small team like I believe, if I'm not totally mistaken, I think they're a tenth of the size, roughly, of Unity Engine. I might be totally wrong on this, but I heard some figures, maybe like 300 on the Unreal Engine versus 3,000 on Unity. And I think what I really like about the Unreal Engine is that they've got a mission to create like a game engine that produces super high quality games, and they'll try to ship you the tools that you need to accomplish that. Whereas I see Unity, unfortunately, is heading down the other route, their route. They're going for something that's like implementing more and more features, wider and wider, and they're not seeming to complete them, which is frustrating me a lot. They're releasing semi-undocumented stuff, and it's like been in preview for a very long time. You've probably heard me complain about this for quite some time now in the past couple of years. I still think Unity is an absolutely amazing engine, but I wish that they would not go for so many different features and try to chase the performance maybe of Unreal Engine, because that's not really where I see the Unity strength. The Unity strength is the fact that it's so easy to use and do multi-platform stuff, and it's got that beautiful integration with I think the mono behaviors and the way that everything works. But they're trying to get away from that and go into the entity component system, and it's all the new stuff that they're releasing is we just implemented the new netcode, and it's a disaster when it comes to try to figure out documentation. It basically is not existing. You have to dig through source code that they've created to try to piece together what's going on. And they're a little bit open about that as well, saying that the Unity documentation isn't so good. And back in the day, about 3, 4, 5 years ago, that was Unity's absolute strength. They were like, their documentation that they produced, I thought, was spot on. They showed all the methods, all the different, static and all the properties and everything perfectly documented with examples. They also give heads up, for example, don't do this, or if this is happening, it could be because of this. And now it's basically, just the documentation for the new netcode or the network transport. It's just saying what the name of a variable is and what data type it is, if it's an integer, for example, and then it's nothing else. No more info. You don't even know what it's for. So it's absolutely insane. I don't know why. So I think the future, if they can get back on track a little bit and stay off their focus, their stock is dropping like a rock sinking underwater as well. They went into a public trading and started to become selling shares. And I think that's what unfortunately pushed a lot of their direction for the game engine. They needed to show when they entered the stock market that they had all these new features coming, they had all these new services. This is just me speculating. And I think, unfortunately, with the new CEO and everything, it drove to try to push Unity to be something that would look good outwards to get the share price to go up, instead of focusing on what they've always focused in the past, which was making a really good game engine for people, especially a lot of the simpler type of games to make. So I think they lost the track on the ball, unfortunately. Lost track of what their strength was. All right. Okay, so sorry about just diverting again. So let's go back to this thing. We're going to go through the things. So week 17, your favorite snack. I actually modeled a disastrous Billy's Pan Pizza for this one. And I'm going to, usually I used to have my Windows Explorer up instead when I did this, but I'm going to go to the Git site now instead and just scroll through them, I think. And I guess we'll see who also made these, and we've got multiple entries then, I guess, from the same one. So I'm going to pick a winner. I'm just going to go through them one by one. Hopefully this will look good. Why is this? Oh, okay, didn't fit. Maybe this was not such a good idea to do. Too high resolution. Okay, maybe I do have to download them anyway. I thought it was great that I could see it like this, but it's too high quality. Should I... Can I preview, download? Guess I could do that. All right. I'll try it like this. I might have to switch to the file system in case it's messing up for me. So we'll start. Favorite. I'm going to go back one more time. Hold on. Just sorry for the inconvenience here. Your favorite snack. And we've got Custom Chris here. I guess I'll give a shout out now as well to who made them, if that's the correct ones. We've got these really cool looking candy wrappers. Actually, it looks quite genuine. Those see-through plastic ones there. The table, maybe not so much. It seems to be just a noise texture, but it could be, I don't know, concrete. But I like the wrappers themselves. And fast food or snack? Snack. No, snack. That works. So I don't actually know. I sort of recognize the wrappers, but I can't remember what they're what type of suites they're in. But I like the wrappers anyway. So good work on those. Really, I think it's a cool work on the shader there. How it just lets the light through and does the specular reflections there. So cool, good job on that one. And I guess Custom Chris did another one here as well. I guess I'll just scroll through here. Ooh, that's pretty cool. And I'm guessing this is a photo of the actual bag that's texture wrap. Because I see a bit of a JPEG artifacts there and some pixelated here. So maybe a higher version of the texture there would have been good. But I guess I'm a little bit too picky with the details now. But quite cool job on those little screws there. Maybe it should have been slightly more broken. Maybe some modifier to get slight damage. They're a little bit too perfect maybe. But still, looks cool. And I don't actually recognize these. These might be twists, something, flavored, something. I don't know. These are probably common stuff in some countries, but I don't quite recognize what they would be. But still, good job. Good job with the twirls there. Oh, okay. Robin Lamb has submitted a pizza slice here. I don't know if this is the best way to go through it actually. Should I do the... I think I'll do the old one. No, I won't. I can't decide. Arvid, I wonder if... is there any way we could get these to just scale the photos? Is that a setting in GitHub or something? I don't know. Low poly pizza anyway. Low poly on the pizza slice itself. And then some tubing here. Quite cheerful little... I guess this is... like as an emote, it would work. Because if you scroll it down, it would work. Cool job. And keep up the efforts and stay in the challenge, and try to repeat as well every week if you can do it, and progress a little bit every time. So keep it up. And then we've got Grindel here. This is okay. Is this your favorite snack? That's scaring me a little bit. I like the Cheerio squid arms here, and it's actually eating itself with chopsticks. So cool job with the shaders. And I think is there a filter that's made it to be looking a little bit even, like it seems some like chromatic aberration or something, or whatever it's called, because it seems to be nearly like it's like a photograph. So that was a cool twist. And you see some translucency here. I like that one. Scary though, I wouldn't want to eat it. So if that's your favorite snack, it scares me. It's amazing though. Really cool job. I couldn't do anything like this actually. The way it's... I need to work a lot more with different materials and rendering. Is there a bit of a motion blur or something? If anyone knows what's been applied to make it a little bit more photograph-like maybe. Alright, so that was Grindel's submission. And then we have Custom Chris. Here we go. Ooh, this one I remember from my time in, was it England or US? I don't know. A Reese chocolate. 2 peanut butter cups. Nice. Good work with the wrapper. If you saw my Billy's Pan Pizza, that was a disaster. So I think you've done a really good job to get the specularity of the wrapper there. Sort of like you can nearly feel what it feels like. So that's good. And again, I think it's nearly like the adverts where they look a bit too perfect, maybe for real life renderations, because they're so smooth. Usually, when I model, I try to if I try to make them look a little bit more either something stylized or something with character, try to introduce a little bit of nearly like they're not too perfect. But if it's a product picture, I guess you could. But really good job. I mean, the wrapper itself, I think, and the cake, they look, or the snack there, looks really, really good. So good work. And then we've got the Indian DM. Ooh, low poly with cavity shader. Bonus points. And I should actually probably know what this is, but I don't. So this shows my lack in skills. Is the naming any... no, we don't have any hints of the name here. So if this is anything to do with sushi or anything, I wouldn't know because I don't eat sushi. It's got ush in the name, so I cannot eat that. So ush in Swedish is like blah. But it looks like some sort of a leaf with nearly like a wasabi bowl or something. So, and there's some stuff here. But I wonder if this is screen captured as well. Not everyone knows that you can render with the Workbench renderer. Because if you like the cavity look on your stuff, then you can switch the renderer in the Unity engine to the Workbench renderer. So that's what you should do if you want to have this cavity setting, because Eevee and Cycles cannot do this. And sometimes I combine the two shaders as well. So just be aware, I think this one's been doing that way, because you can also up the quality settings then and get 32 samples to get rid of some of the artifacts. But I like this one. I like the simplicity and the shading of it. And then we've got Cafe here, who's created something, and I have to download this one because it's so high. Ooh, okay. This is nice. Again, I think this is rendered with something to make it look more authentic, I guess. Because when you see like these type of the purple little dints there, is that just the rendering settings? Maybe, but it looks like a juicy steak to me, and a glass of I don't know. It would have been Coke. Maybe it's whiskey and Coke or something with a ice cube in it. Got some sauce on it as well. Quite juicy. The steak itself looks really authentic. I think it nearly looks like a photograph to me. So amazing job on that. You got the specularity here, the shininess, and it looks really liquidy and juicy. Not for the vegans. Look away if you cannot handle this. But I think it looks really good. The sauce looks slightly, I don't know, maybe it's too sharp here or something. Or maybe it's just when I think about what my plates look like, I can never keep the sauce in one place, and my wife always laughs at me when my plates just looks like a disaster afterwards. But very good job in it, and I like the tray and the wood. Everything together looks nearly looks like a photograph to me. So that's very good. We've got Riku A here, and I'm guessing this is not what I think it might be that you find on the street sometimes curled up. I think it's some sort of a bulle or a bun or something with pearl sugar on. So then I can eat it. Then it looks nice. Low poly, an interesting look as well with the way it's shaded. I think nearly looks like a vector art in that sense. So that's pretty cool. That would work as an emote actually. Emoji, sorry, not emote. That's a dance, isn't it? And then we've got here, we've got Betov with nacho plates. So let's comment that a little bit. Am I still showing it? Yeah. And you're right, Impy. What was I right about, actually? You have to tell me, Arvid, what I was right about. If I was right for a change, I need to know it. That it hardly ever happens. And I'm also in a bit of a pickle here because I'm running out of these. I found my wife found a shop that still sells the Påskmust. So I bought the last remaining stock, and they're going to expire in the summer. And if I'm moving away, I might not be able to pick it up. I'll have to import it. Oh, right about the one from Riku. Sorry, which one was that? Okay, that it was a bun, not the first thing I was guessing it was. It's a cinnamon bun, I mean, or something. Yeah, cinnamon, that's right. Because it's not what it looks like in the first class. That could be, I mean, for that sense alone, it could be a double-edged sword of an emoji. Sorry, emote. God, I'm going to be an emote soon. All right, let's have a look at the nachos here. So, cool nacho plate here with the three different sauces. Guacamole, I guess. Cheddar cheese and salsa. So, good job with actually getting the shapes of the nachos. And some, if I'm critiquing, I don't even know if I'm supposed to be doing that. But if I am doing that, I would have gone for a little bit to try to apply some damage to them or something, or some crumbs. Just to get, if that's what you're going for. And also some texture maybe in the sauces. but still a good job to get the actual flakes there. And sometimes people might not realize that placing these on the plate is not maybe a piece of cake either, because either you have to do it manually and just visually like place them so they don't intersect, and also you could introduce just and do some rigid body with some physics and then drop them in place. And sometimes I do that just to get everything laid without having to manually place everything. So that could be a little hint for you. So nacho snack, good though, nice and quick and easy. Did I actually say who made that one? Yeah, Betov. And then we have, this is good. Jen has created, so I'm going to cheat a little bit because it's ice cream here. And purple ice cream. What flavor is purple ice cream? I have no idea. Purple ice cream. Lavender or something. Purple ice cream? I'm trying to think what flavor it would be. Artificial, but I'm not here to critique the flavor. I'm here to critique the actual bowl itself or something, and the snack. So the favorite food was ice cream. That is a nice snack though, to be honest. Cool looking bowl with a little bevel there. That's a little nice touch, because sometimes it's easy to just do it without the bevel, then it doesn't look as nice. And a spoon to go with it, and three balls. Nice. But I need to know, Jen, what flavor it is. Purple ice cream. I'm sure there is one. Sorry, cannot pronounce your name because that letter I don't recognize. Okay, but Dos Santos I can say anyway. So how can I participate in this challenge? Go to the Imphenzia Discord, check out the link in the description to the Discord, and then there's a channel there for the weekly challenge, modeling challenge there. And Arvid, who's lighting up in blue here, will probably tell you all about it, because he's one of the guys, one of the two who's running this one for me. So that's super nice. Or not for me, for the community, of course. Black raspberry. Oh yeah. Okay, thanks. So you knew. Black raspberry. Black raspberry. Is that not the same as björnberry in Swedish, which is a blackberry? Or is there a black currant as well? Cool. Let's go back to it. Cuba R. Ooh, low poly burger meal here. So we've got a burger box here with cheddar cheese, a double slice of meat and lettuce, and a drink. And I'm so pleased to see this plastic straw here, because I don't think it's going to save the world to replace this plastic straws with paper ones, because the lid itself is plastic and it's driving me nuts to try to drink out of paper straws. I don't know what. Surely there must be other ways to save the planet. So I don't understand where those plastic straws are causing so much damage. Maybe it's just me. I'm going to get cancelled now. But cancel something else that's plastic. I don't know. Plastic bags or something. They already tried to do that. But I'm diverging here, digressing, or whatever it's called. So let's have a look at the burger itself. I like it. I like the low poly look of it. Of course, I'm a low poly guy. Lid is maybe shooting off quite far off the edge there. I don't know why maybe it's a large lid on a medium-sized cup. Don't know. And again, I don't know if this is an actual, if it's a fictive or a fiction brand or something, just not to get a copyright strike here. But still, I'd eat it. So the cheese looks like it's pushing through the bun there slightly, if I'm supposed to be very, very picky. But I like it. I like the colors, and I like the low poly meal there. Very good job. And then we've got Dart von Grell here. And he's done something else I cannot say the name of. A croissant. I don't even know how to say it. So it's some this French crusty thing that goes all over the place when you try to eat it, but it tastes really nice. And my kids just showed me that you can actually make them super easy by buying these tins that you just twist open, and then you pull them out and slap them in the oven, and they taste amazing with some egg on. So cool. It looks. Let's see. The only thing I would critique this one on is that it looks very smooth, and I would have expected it to be that to portray that crusty feel to it. I don't know how to necessarily achieve it in that sense, but it does feel very like it's nearly like it was. It had the texture, and then it was subdivided without so the creases disappeared a little bit. But it's still, it's a good job to get the shape of the croissant. So that's not how you say it. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, congratulations. I'm actually looking, so in the chat here. So my first submission, good. I'm happy to see it. So for everyone who's participating and submitting, don't listen to me too much. It's amazing that you're doing this and that you're submitting it. And I hardly know what I talk about most of the time. So take it with a pinch of salt, and just the fact that you submitted stuff and you're modeling stuff and I can actually see what it is, then that's a very good step in the right direction. So keep it up, and congratulations for your submissions. All right, so, and Arvid is correcting me, smoothness is artistic style in this case, I'd say. So, yeah. True. Listen to Arvid more than me. Oh yeah, subsurface scattering might be a nice touch for the crumbling look, yeah. And grease stains on my tops after I touch them. That could be a good touch too. Arvid has submitted Oreo cookies, and I don't think Arvid can win because he's organizing this. It'd be like a big plot. This is, ooh, I like Oreo cookies, so I've got a bit of a soft spot for this one. And this is when my daughter Maya, the youngest one, eats them. There's a whole pile of these looking ones, and all of this stuff is gone. All the white stuff. She just eats the white stuff and leaves all the cookies. Strange. I like. Okay, now I'm a little bit curious how you actually made the thing. Did you sculpt it? I'm guessing you did. I'm guessing you had a cylinder and then just did a dyno topper or something, and then just manually creased everything and then did this. That's my guess. So, but you have to let me know in the chat. You got the chance now of a lifetime to tell me how wrong I was. Did you use something else? Did you use, you could have also used a bump map from a grayscale photo of an Oreo, but that doesn't necessarily come out the right way, because when you take a grayscale photo of something, it doesn't actually show the height map. It shows the shadow casting, so that doesn't work unless you've got a program that takes care of that. So, no sculpting, simple modeling, and adding a displacement modifier. Oh, no okay, you have to clarify that again, because it says no sculpting, simple modeling. Does that mean no sculpting or no sculpting? So please clarify in the chat. But lovely work on the Oreos. I like Oreos. And I tried to win them off the wheels yesterday in the theme park, but we didn't win it. We got the number. We had, stupid, we paid for three of the numbers, and then we had two numbers, and then we had a gap, and then had a number for some reason, and it hit that gap in the middle. No, comma. So, no sculpting. Okay, but simple modeling. Now I'm even more confused. Okay. Simple modeling. Alright. How to video is coming up, probably. No, just joking. Good guess then, Miguel. Oh, sorry, let's see what Miguel said. It's a moist croissant. Oh, yeah. Moist one. It's been, it dipped, it fell into the sink. All right, amazing looking Oreos there, I have to say. So we've got Gisela. Sorry, I cannot say your name. An apple. That's one polished apple. It actually reminds me of the POV ray tracing days that I used to do back in the day. Let's download it. Good work. We've got the shape of an apple and the twig here with wood. And specularity is good. It's like one of those polished waxed apples here. Texture is pretty good as well. And again, like I've said with the other ones, maybe it's too perfect for... so I'd probably try to introduce a little bit of natural something in it to make it look less like a ceramic apple or something. But very good job though. The shape and the texture is good. And especially if you zoom it out as well. Apple. It's a healthy snack as well, so that's good. We've got Obel here. So you've submitted, it looks like rulltårta in Swedish. I don't know what that's, rolling cake, but it's probably not what it is. It could also be, let's see, we've got almond nuts anyway. I'm going to try to guess these things. So almond nuts, hazelnuts, chocolate cubes, with something in the middle. And then, judging by the size, this could be a Twix then, maybe. That's snapped in half. I might be wrong. I like the almonds probably the most, the way they look. I'm guessing that's the low poly modeling with the... not texturing them, because usually you can see that when the corners and everything is not pixelated and sharp there. Oh, marzipan. Yeah. Marzipan wins everything. I never used to like marzipan as a kid, and I still don't as an adult. But if there's nothing else, I'll eat it. But saying that, I love the, what's it called? Princess cake in Swedish. It's amazing. Ooh, no, not the marzipan. Mia PC's favorite submission. Good job, Andreas. Brilliant. Yeah, I actually liked it. My favorite part of this one was the two things I like the most are the almonds and just the way they look, and the colors actually that you picked for those. And then these very harmonic looking color scheme there. They go really well together, and you can see that. Oh yeah, it's nice. I'd like to see as an emoji. I want a single almond, and that could mean something. And these are too round to be hazelnuts. That's probably Maltesers or something instead. Can I send you one of my models on Discord? You could send it in the Discord, but show in the show, show off your work, you could send it. So if you're allergic to nuts, look away. Then it'll be dangerous. We've got, let's see, Vlena. I've got kawaii is cute, isn't it, in Japanese? Milk cottons here. That is cute, actually. Let's download them. I like them. Cute eyes. I don't know if this is modeled from something that doesn't... It wouldn't surprise me if these actually existed. Pardon my ignorance if they do. I like them a lot, though. I think they're really cute. Nice work with the modeling and the aesthetic of them. It looks nice. I also like the way they shine and they reflect there. So good job, Lena. And then we've got Bryce here as well. And this is... Ooh, a low poly tiger. So, okay, I'm going to read. This is probably a brand that actually exists. So, let's see. I'm trying to... CHEETOS? Cheetos? Don't know. I'm not going to try to read it too much. And it probably exists, so I'm showing that I don't know again. Good job on the modeling of this, and I'm saying tiger, but might be wrong as well. But I like the character anyway. Good job. Trying to think what this is. That's the actual things in the box, I guess. So good job with that character, actually. So let's have a look. Cheetos. Yeah, Cheetos. That's a real thing, right? So in Sweden, we don't have most of it. We got some of the stuff, but not all of it. And if they have all of it, we only buy one thing anyway. So good job, everyone. So I'm gonna pick an emoji. I keep saying emote. Emoji winner now. That's gonna be difficult. So for that, I think I'm going to pick two things. So one's going to be the emoji winner, because it has to be something, Arvid points that out most of the time as well. It has to be something that actually looks good as an emoji. Because it shrinks down a lot. And sometimes you can get away with it if it's a little bit wider, because then you can string 3 of them together or something. And I think you can do verticals as well. But I think for that, we're going to pick the winner. And, well, it's between 3 at the moment for that. And that would be this one, because it can mean two totally different things, and it could mean whatever you want it to be. It could be a cinnamon bun, or it could be something totally different that gets stuck on your shoe if you step on it. And this one, because it's super cute, and that would work really good as an... I don't know if we can render the... so Arvid, in the chat, if we pick a winner, does it have to be a shrunken down version of the image, or can we render the these little cartons, for example, as separate emojis. So I'll give you a moment to contemplate that. Don't know if you can, maybe you can judge if the blend files would allow us to do the rendering. No, we can render new ones. Okay, that's good. And another one. So you actually stipulate the rules here, Advert. I'm just a messenger here. So I pick one winner, right? It has to be one winner. There's no runner-up or anything like that. Coffee. So I'll give you, I think I'm on ultra low latency now since I got my fiber connection there. So I'll give a few seconds to type the keyboard there to come back with the chat. Sorry for if anyone had the fredagsmys or Friday cozy times with the family. I'm occupying everyone's, no, sitting in front of the PC instead. I don't care, it's your Discord server. Pick as many as you wish. Okay, well, I'm gonna pick, so this, I like, so pick this one then. It's going to be the pink and the blue one. And if possible, if we could render them as isometric little things. I think they were super cute. And the way they would work really good as emojis. And we have to have this one too. Riku's double-sworded cinnamon bun here. Because this is so useful for so many things. So those are the two winners. But I liked all of the submissions, as usual. Very good job, everyone. So, did we get that? Do I need to send that in the Discord as well? Or we've got video proof here, actually. But I have to say as well that the one that creeped me out the most is Grindel Khan's squid Cheerio bowl here as well. It looks super cool and super creepy. So good job on that one as well. And good job to everyone who submitted. Friday is the new Thursday. No, we're going to go back to Thursday. Thursday's my day. This was well, I was going to say one-off, but I've actually done it once or twice before. Milk carton mafia boys. So be it. Thanks. All right, so I'm going to skim through, skimmed milk, skim through some of the other stuff here too. There's only once every month that we pick an emoji winner. So I'm just going to go through some of the other stuff here, but I'm going to pick up the pace as well. I don't want to pull you through everything for too long here. So let's go through week 18 as well, which was radios and other audio devices. And other audio devices. I'm just about to sell my precious 788T. Where is it? Oh, it's gone. It's somewhere. It used to be in the thing over there. So one of the audio recorders that I've had, because I don't really use it anymore and I need to sell it. So I should have modeled that one. But let's bring up here. We've got Vlena has done something here. Let's have a look at what this is. Ooh. This special edition gold-plated record is in recognition of outstanding artistic achievement. I want one of those. And I love this retro-looking disc. It looks like one of those... it looks like a logo from the old... What was that? The Commodore 2000 or something? The Laserdisc thing. And these are probably some famous names here as well. I like it. That's a cool disc. I want one on my wall. Pink Floyd. Okay, so it says Pink Floyd. I should have looked at the file name. I could not pick that out because I don't know the names of Pink Floyd, but good job. And we've got Custom Chris here has modeled us some speakers. Let's have a look. Ooh. Am I still showing them? Yeah, that's good. Oh, there's some nifty work going in here. So you've actually probably looked quite closely at what the speakers look like. Did you have a bass element or a tweeter or something laying around so you could look at it? You got even the soldering and little capacitors or whatever it is. Good job on those. And the texture on this thing as well. I used to have speakers in my room when I grew up. And this thing, that the little rubber thing that attaches the element to the ring here, it came off like chewing gum. Like you just touched it and you could pull strings out of it and it just left big holes and then the thing fell out in the end. Oh, a great ending for those speakers. These look a lot more in better shape, so good job on that modeling. And the metal looks really good too. Oh, I accidentally collapsed everything. Let's go into pause image here, and I'll bring everything back. Could try. I did Alt F4 by mistake. So let's bring it back. I have to find the URL again here. View on GitHub. There we go. We're back in business. This is weird. I thought Control W closed one tab. Have they changed that or something? I've been in Visual Studio for too long, probably, because I just closed it up again. Repository. I just wanted to close one tab, and I think in Visual Studio I've been doing a lot of programming lately. So I'm in that mode. Hotkeys. Born to conflict. Let's share the screen again. Thanks, Arvid, for the link as well. So we've got Custom Chris here. Now I'm not going to close it down. Ooh, okay. This is, again, I don't really know the history of this, but this looks like an old, the transistors back in the day when they made those first computers or something. Nice job. I actually like even the, I don't know what it's called, but the oxidized look of that metal in there. Good job. I have to look at them a little bit. Nice. Yeah, looks good. I don't have much to add to it. I just was interested by the fact that I imagine that they looked like this back in the day. And unless it's a modern diode or something, I can't tell the difference. Fun fact, which might not be so fun, or a fact for that matter, but I think it's true. Why it was called debugging. So, well, like when you debug software these days, it's because like you found something that causes an error or something, a glitch, and then you try to figure out, you do some debugging, you put some breakpoints in, and you run the code and see where it stops, and you try to figure out what the variables are and what the memory is telling you, or what the stack trace. But debugging back in the day, that was actually proper debugging. It was like bugs flew into the machine and died in there because it got so hot. So they actually had to debug them, take out all the dead bugs. Could be true, could be false, but I haven't fact-checked it. But sounds pretty cool. Sounds plausible to me. Ooh, okay. So here we go. A Pioneer. Who created this one? We've got, I should say, Veltana. So it's a compact disc player, CDJ 1000 MK3. And I like the look of the actual, it feels quite, feels nearly like authentic. What I'm trying to say is sometimes when I buy virtual instruments, VST instruments, they spend quite a lot of time to get the feel of the renderation, so it looks like it was nearly like a pristine quality actual thing that was made out of metal or plastic or something. And just the way the light bounced off this side here, and the way the buttons looked, it nearly felt like it was of that type. I like it a lot. I like very much how this was modeled and made. And it seems to have like a combination of the low poly look, because I can imagine that the real one didn't have the low poly look like this, but of course I like it. Or it might have, but I think it would have been rounder there maybe. Like it. Cool. Good job. Very good job. Looks high-tech for a CD player. Let's have a look at the next one. So I'm not going to pick a winner of this one. We've got Riku again here, and these are some crazy looking headphones. Looks Futuro wireless. Actually, I like these. This looks like it's I think of the quality of what you call it, you know, when the kids are playing around in the pool with the inflatables. So it looks very plasticky there, but I like the shape of them and the look. And future, I don't know if they'd need an antenna this long, or maybe they had one of these back in the day in the 80s or something, and it was meant to look like futuristic with a big antenna that you pulled out, thinking that was futuristic or something. So good job on that one. We got Fernando LV3, who's modeled a cool looking old style radio here. 3 buttons. I'm going to try what this is. what would the 3 buttons do? Since it's a radio, it's like on, FM, AM maybe, or something, and then the dial there. Very, I'm guessing it's a 60s look. I like it. I might be wrong. Could be early 70s maybe. Good job. And then we've got Custom Chris here, who's modeled, is that a car stereo? Yeah, it is. So I remember when I bought my first one of these and I plugged it into my Fiat Uno, which was my first car, a pink one. Well, purple it was. Some people said it was pink. And then I plugged it in and it started smoking and I wasted about 100. How much did I spend on it? About $100, $150. And I was devastated because that was, I couldn't buy another one for a month and it just burnt. And it didn't have all these Instagram and Facebook stuff on it, but at least they don't do cassette players in cars anymore. Finally, they gave that up. But good job on the modeling. This metal looks good. And you've actually got the thing, because you used to put these things in on the side and hook them on and pull out the car's audio or car stereo. So that looks good. And this looks like an LCD screen. So whatever you did to shade that, it looks authentic, I thought. Good job. And we've got Dart 1. Oh, you've participated again. So last one before that was your first one. So we've got Dart 1 Grell here. And you've created another submission here. Let's have a look what it is. Ooh, I like this one a lot. Probably my favorite so far out of this one. Because, let's see what it is. Cold existence. So digital MP3 players. Those were the days as well. Before the phones, where you actually carried around your MP3 players. Thinking that was a cool thing to do. And they sort of died out, I guess, along with as mobile phones took over everything. I like this one a lot, though. You've done a really good job, I thought, with the modeling and the colorization, and I like the way the displays look as well. So nice. Ooh, a micro SD card slot as well. So just reading, catching up on the chat. If you want to chat and you want me to see it in particular, do @Imphenzia, then it pops out in orange here so I can see it. Nice and sturdy, yeah. So good job on these. I really like them. Probably my favorite so far. And then we have Shakazul. Ooh, another radio submission. And we've got Admiral. Let's see. I'm just trying to figure out what this is. 16, 14, 11, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Channels. I'm just trying to make sense out of it. So maybe it would have been like predefined channels or something. And I don't know why would they not start from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? I don't know. But I like the radio. That's I'm getting too occupied now with trying to figure out these things. Good job on the modeling and the shapes and everything. And I'm a sucker for low poly looks and flat shading, so I like that. It's a bit of a higher version of a low poly version, so good. Okay, we got Beta VF again here. Ooh, with an old record player. I remember seeing these in the films a lot. Nice job with the vinyl there and this big thing. Just imagine back in the day when you had to use this to put some music on. Nice with the wood carving there. That looks like it's coming from an image, actually. Or is it... I could be wrong. It could be that it's sculpted. And that you get some of the polygons there as well. But good job on that gramophone player. Bryce is done as a boombox here. And with detachable speakers by the looks of it. Cool job. Stereo sound system. That's one big... I'm guessing this is a big display then. Very... I don't know if this is modeled off a real one or if it's your own creation. But I thought it was very good. I like the mesh a lot for the speaker protection there. The mesh there. That's probably my favorite part, the way that looks super metallic and a bit, I don't know, high tech I was going to say, but it's not probably that high tech. But I like it a lot. Very good modeling job on this one. We've got Custom Chris here has done a microphone. Oh, okay. This, I don't know if this, again, it probably works off some sort of a reference. I actually like my microphones a lot. I've got a whole array of microphones because I'm into audio recording. So I've done a lot of field recordings. I've got super many different type of shotgun mics and stereo mics, and I don't know, don't even know where to begin. I've got a super special mic that picks up super high frequency, and I haven't used them much for the last few years. So I should really either get rid of them or start using them. But I don't really know much of this type of microphone, so don't necessarily know which model this would be or anything like that. It looks a bit retro-ish. So, but very good job on the modeling part, and also with the texturing and this protective grid thing there. Good job. So wondering if the name could give it away a little bit, but it didn't. Then we've got Jen here, who's in the chat, of course. And, ooh, okay, let's have a look. Trying to figure out here. I've got, so JSA stereo cabinet. I'm going to process it a little bit first now. So we've got a player here with a pickup arm. I'm trying to figure out what this is. It's either a very thick memory card, or it's a cartridge of some sort. And I don't know what type of a cartridge that would be. And I'm also trying to figure out what these are. JSA, do you know what? I'm going to Google that. Or maybe Jen can say it. JSA stereo. Yeah, because I got really curious now. I was wondering if I was going to get something very similar if I Googled that, but I didn't. But still, I like it. Cool stuff. I sort of missed the sound when you put that pickup arm off on the... I'm actually that old that it used to be vinyls laying around, not for the sake that they were retro and cool, but the fact that that's how you played music when I was a kid. And I had like three not called discs, I had 3 records, and I didn't even know what was on them, but I just thought it was so cool to have them. So I kept playing them, and I thought it was really fun that you could play them faster than the original speed, so everything sounded like cartoons. So, but nice one. And we have Custom Chris here, our head. Let's see what this is. Okay. Radiohead. I don't know what this is. I should. Some of you might know, of course. Something to do with Radiohead. Is that their logo or something? I'm gonna Google that one too. Yeah, of course. So that's their logo then. I could piece together the information only because I saw the name R-Head and Radiohead there, because I wouldn't have known otherwise. I didn't really know. But good job. I like it. I like the texturing inside of the actual logo itself as well. Thought that was crafty. And the gold looks like gold. It's always difficult to get gold to look like gold when it doesn't necessarily reflect anything else. Oh, Obel has created one of these things. And another thing that I remember when I grew up in our summer house, we had something that looked very similar to this. An old radio player with the different bands showing here and the dials. Very retro-y. Nice. So good submissions, everyone. So that was from week 18, and there was radios and other devices. I should have done my sound recorder then. Didn't see any sound recorders in the submission list here. Like them. Good job, guys and girl. It's probably more than one. Let's go back now to... we had Sea Life on week 19. And Custom Chris seems to be a regular here. So Nice with all your submissions, and that goes for everyone. Ooh, a crab. A very camouflagey crab here. It looks like the rock itself. Not Chris Rock. Didn't get slapped either, by the looks of it. So, like it. Quite funny looking thing. It's quite... I always get amazed when you actually look at the creatures that live on under the sea and stuff, and how they can camouflage themselves. So, a jack crab. Those eyes look slightly... Maybe they even look like that. I'm just thinking loud now. Grindel has done a cool looking shark here. Nearly looks like something you'd see on Finding Nemo or something. Cute, actually. So, very cute. It's probably the happiest shark I've ever seen. I like it. I actually like the texturing as well. And the teeth. It's probably... if you saw a shark like this coming at you, you'd probably not be so scared. But you'd probably regret it. Nice job. I really like that one a lot. I'm going to look at it one more time, actually. Because now I just paid attention to this stuff. Because I was going off this texturing first, but I actually like this a lot as well. Nice. Very good job. And we've got Beto VF here as well, done from SpongeBob. I like that one. Good job on this one. I'm just observing it now in silence. Good job. Ooh, we got Riku, who's done a perch here. Oh, they always look so sad. But in real life as well. I guess it's because you pull them up with a hook and then it's either back in the water, if you're lucky with a broken mouth, or you're in the frying pan, I guess. Good job, I like it. And I actually did a fish once for my 10-minute modeling challenge, and I wasn't that happy with it. And I thought this was a better job at it. Very good job. I see that you used the polygon thing to do the texturing as well. So this would infinitely zoom and you'd still keep that high quality on those. So very good job. And don't put your hands up here if you want to, unless you want to hurt yourself, because I remember that as a kid as well. That used to hurt. Very good job with that perch, Riku. We've got Dart von Grell is coming back for a third week here. This time around with a turtle, or I always say turtle. Oh yeah, turtle. But I don't know the difference between a turtle and a tortoise. Is it just a small turtle maybe? Like it. Cute though, I like it. Very cute. I'll scroll this one like that. I actually like the gradient in the background too. Yeah, good job, guys. And then we've got Robin Lamb. You created a super low poly fish. And again, low poly stuff would work. And especially if you zoom them out and you put them in a game and you do some quirky motions to them. So that looks like a tigerfish or something. So I'm guessing you started with the box modeling. If you wanted to try to venture a little bit further, you could. I always advise against doing subdivision. But if you highlight this object and press Ctrl-2 on your keyboard when you're modeling it, you'll see that it goes super smooth, and that could be used as a template maybe for some sculpting in the future. But I of course like the low poly look, so I think it looks good as it is. Nice one. We've got Beltana here has done. I actually been in one of these in Sydney once, and I think one in. I didn't go to the one in San Francisco unless they had underwater. I can't remember, but in Sydney I remember something like this. Very cool, where you actually walk into these tunnels of arching plexiglass, and you see your sharks over your head and stuff. Nice. One thing I would have maybe advised on this one is some sort of a light source that lights it up a little bit more, so the characters in particular, I think it could pop the colors a little bit, make it a little bit more interesting, and then shine it up a little bit with maybe get those silhouettes instead here, so it looks like there's some light from above maybe, but still very good job on the modeling. And then we've got Gisela. Ooh, these are spooky, and just to think that these actually type of things live down in the deep depth of the deep seas here. I like it. Good job on this one. I like it a lot. It's so funny how they have this little thing for, again, everyone knows this probably, but this little thing is to lure prey into the front of it and go, woo, look at the light. And then just these jaws just open up and eat them up. So, and usually these live at really deep depths of the ocean as well. So if you fish these and pull them up really fast, they'll explode because the pressure is so great in them. So I guess the laugh is not always on this guy, but good job on the modeling. And these look hideous. So if you, I could actually try to maybe sculpt one of these too, because you can't really get them wrong, I guess. Got Vilena here as well, has done another low poly submission. Oh, this will. Speaking of colors and making them pop, I like this one a lot. Let's see. A baby whale. Yeah, I was going to say whale, but then I thought it looks a bit too cute for a whale, but then it says baby whale, so that's cute. Oh, it's like a unicorn whale. I like this one a lot. It's cute. I like the colors and just the general composition of it. Nice job. That would go as a screen, a desktop background. Maybe one of my kids want that. So, nice job, everyone, on week 19, Sea Life. If you got any questions, do at Imphenzia, and I'll try to respond to them. See if I missed anything here. No. Oh, this is... so Jen actually replied, this is similar to something we had when I was a kid. That is an 8-track tape. Oh, yeah, 8-track tape. Back in the day. All right, we actually have time for... this one as well. We'll go to Castle, and then Sword will leave to next week. So we'll go to Castle here, and then we'll look at these submissions as well, and we'll start up here with Riku as well. Seeing the usual names popping up here. Very good job, everyone, to keep modeling and stay on track with the weekly modeling challenge here. Okay, this looks like a box fort. So cardboard, I'm guessing. Cardboard boxes with a cutout sword and a crown. Some kid has had a good time here, I think. Boxing Dom. So creative take on the castle challenge there. It's a box castle. And you made it look like those rivets that go, or the little wavy things that go in the cardboards as well. So nice. We've got Custom Chris again as well, back for another one. With it looks like a chocolate castle to me. I might be wrong. And it also looks like something from Super Mario Bros. When you jumped and caught that flag at the end. Oh yeah, that's where it is probably. So I guess it's the ending of a stage there as well. But these actually look surprisingly much like Marabou chocolates though. So, and we won 2 kilograms of Toblerone. So I'm a little bit fed up with chocolate at the moment. But I like it. Good submission. And then we have Ecto here with the entrance here of an old oak door, I'm guessing, with these metal hinges and the rocks here. So I like it a lot, and I like the door and the shape and the modeling and everything. The only thing I might have done different is I would have probably changed the specularity of this material to make it a little bit more look like rock, because it looks this looks nearly like rock and this looks like metal. So maybe the other way around would have been good. But I really like. I'm guessing you've done a lot of sculpting to get the wood, so the old wood look looks pretty good here. Nice. I like the modeling a lot. We've got Grindel here, and so this is a cool take as well on the castle theme. So it's wood blocks, and I like the idea of this one, especially like if you're a kid as well. I'd love to have this set, because you could put these wood blocks up and arrange any castle that you like. So I'm guessing that those are... I never saw these in real life, but I would have liked to see them. And if I see one for my grandchildren by the time, because my kids are a bit too old for them now, but when I get grandchildren, I could make some of my own. I like woodwork. But Grindel, very good job. I like it a lot. I like the idea of it, and I like the rendering and the wood look of them all. So, cool job. We've got Beto again here, BF, with a castle. And this one I like too. It's traditional take. I always think of English castles when I see this, and I always have a bit of a thing for those. I went to Warwick Castle, I remember, in England a while back, and was amazed and thinking back of the days where they had those, not catapults so much, but also those, which I forgot the name of them now. So nice job on the modeling here. And I'm guessing the texturing is just a diffuse or a base map here that you've wrapped around it. We've got some serious lights coming from the behind there. So it seems like a backlight. Good job. We've got cafe here, and this one, okay, this is another level here. I like this one a lot. Let's bring up the full version of this one. Okay, very, 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 very good job. This reminds me, I go to Visby in Gotland every year, and they have a ring wall around that city. And I always think back and imagine what happened back in the day when those were actually put in place and they protected people and kept people outside. And this one is very, very good. I liked it a lot. The wood. I'm guessing. I'd be very well. I'm not thinking loud now. I'm guessing it would have been off a real texture that is bump mapped and displacement wrapped around. I don't know how much of this you did using existing textures or if you did the texture work yourself, but it looks really good. I also like the fact that you got the blue light coming from the right and the red light coming from the left, because that's something I actually learned quite recently, but it seems to be elementary knowledge, but that always makes things look pretty cool and nice. So it's nearly like the sunset on this side and moonlights on this side. But this one I really, really like a lot. Just I like the modeling, I like texturing, and I like that rendering and the lighting. Very good. That's my favorite entry, just for the fact of all those things combined. What else did we have? We had Jen here as well. We're going into the low poly domain, which is another favorite of mine, of course. And we've got a castle here, and this again, this reminds me of something you'd find in a I'm thinking of like a kid's book where you show something. There's something that draws my eyes to it. A sand slope or something. Very using primitive objects here, but putting them together. Oh yeah, vector art. That's what I was meant to think. Just the way the colors and everything go together. Robin Lamb. We've got another take on a castle, and it's the traditional look here. Oh, a snow castle, I'm gathering. So, keep it up. I'd probably go for, maybe if you try, when you revisit this in the future, also try to get the shapes maybe on the walls here as well, to get that castle look as well. Could add a little bit to it, but good job there. And we've got, here's an interesting one too. I should say the names actually. Beltana. Let's bring it up. Oh, detailed. A lot of work has gone into this one, I guess. We've got, I'm trying to think. The one thing I would do different is the way the texturing has been done. And that's always a tricky thing. It's easier on on perpendicular, world perpendicular faces. It could be difficult to get the texturing right when it's something that's wrapped around like this. So you probably have to go into the projection and then try to align it so that these are aligned, so they don't, like, it nearly looks like it's if you imagine you have a Christmas gift wrapper or something and you wrap it around, it comes a little bit off the side and stuff, so it looks a bit unnatural. But in terms of the actual modeling itself, that's a good job. An interesting look and take on the castle. So the only thing that I would recommend as well is try to figure out a little bit more how to get the stones to align a little bit more to the way that the shapes are of these actual castle towers and stuff. But very cool idea as well. Looks like a wizard's tower on this one. Oh no, I pressed the wrong key again. But I can bring it up. Repository, view on GitHub, and we're back. And we had one more entry here, I think. Dart Von Grell is back. I guess this is your 4th week then. So we had 2 here. Ooh, okay, that's an interesting. Oh, it's broken as well. On purpose, of course. Oh, okay. I actually like. Oh no, I did it again. the habit of doing something in one program for a long time and then coming to a different program, I can never learn. I actually liked it when it was the gray instead of clicking on them, so it was the dark background. It's one of those snow globe things, but it's broken. And I like the fact that it is broken because it looks gives it a bit of a character. I like the way you put the pink light on the side as well to make it interesting. I like this one a lot as well. Snow castle not saved as render. Okay, thanks for the information. So very creative idea on this one. Don't know how you came up with that one, but I like it a lot. And the glass and the distortion here on the glass looks really good too. So nice. All right, and I'm not going to go through the sword one now. And we've already been at it for 1 hour and 20 minutes. So let's go to the chat as well. Let's see. The last one I loved to inspect in the blend file because of the awesome architecture of the castle. Oh, okay. So let's bring that up. Boot up Blender. My PC is, I replaced my PC not too long ago. It's about, I've had it maybe a few months. First I had to bring it back into where I got it from because it wasn't working. It kept switching off, so there was something with the power supply. And it was gone for a few weeks. I used to do all that stuff myself. I bought all the components separately. And then when you ran into problems, I always, I'd done this for 25, 30 years or something. And then recently I've started to get it so that I pick the component, but I get them pre-built so I don't have to spend my time on doing that. And I think if something breaks, it's easier to send it off and have someone else look at it. So I can save time doing what I need to do on the other fronts. And then surely enough that happened, so it kept switching itself off, so I had to send it back, and it was gone for like 4 weeks, 5 weeks or something. And then I finally got it back, and everything's been working pretty good. And then recently it's my GPU has started to freeze up, so it's probably overheating or something. I don't know if there's a fan issue or something. Super frustrating because I came down the other day and my PC had a black screen, and then I couldn't get it back to work. I had to pull the graphics card out, and this is the whole thing that I was hoping to avoid. And then now I couldn't, my camera didn't work today when I came back from being away for 2 days. So the camera didn't work, so there's some issues here. I was hoping to avoid that. All right, so I'm going to bring up that blend file actually. Let's go, I'm going to switch in a second here. So Git, weekly modeling challenge, and week 20, and it was Dart, right? Snow Castle, and we'll go back here. So here's Dart's, let's hide the actual cone itself. H. Oh yeah, you put effort into the actual thing here. Let's have a look. Tab. Nice, some details on the roofs here as well. Alt Z. Yeah, nice. This was not just thrown together, and I like the way that you've actually done that. Let's have a look. L, is this a separate? Yeah. H. So we've got there. Yeah, nicely modeled. I have to agree. Low poly, nice. Oh, Alex Rack 2. Woo! I'm waiting for you to model a legendary sword. Who are you talking to, Alex? Not me, right? Should I model something as well? I'll do a sword entry here. I can't submit it because I can't submit it to my own challenge, but let's model something. Hey, you! So you meant me. All right, I'll model something. Why is Nervous Rabbit playing on the music? Because oh, that one's still open. All right, let's model it. So, anyone who's watching, if you want to grab this palette, check in the description. It's just an image file. I always get that question. So just download the image and put it into material as the base thing here. Plug it into base color. It's the palette texture there. And then I always model in the UV editing because then you already have it on the left side here. And then that's how I colorize it. I've said it so many times, but I get that question so many times. So let's scale this down. A legendary sword. Scale Z. Okay, I'll put screencast keys on. And then sometimes I do it differently. I'm going to do a low poly sword here, but I'm going to do E to extrude. Sometimes I put the... Okay, so, and this is that sometime, auto mirror, because then I only have to model one side. If you don't have auto mirror, you can just enable that in... it comes with the Blender by default. Just go to Edit, Preferences. I am showing this, right? Yeah. Add-ons, and then just type in auto, and then enable that one. It's a time saver. So here we go, and I'm just going to E to extrude this one, and S to scale it. I'll do like an old knight's sword or something. E to extrude, S to scale, and then here, E to extrude, S to scale, E to extrude. I'll do like this thing. I don't think necessarily you'd want to make a super heavy sword, so I'd be interesting to see how they actually looked in real life. Control R, maybe I'll do Control R again. Scale that down. And then I'll probably do the blades separate, so I'll do Shift D to duplicate that face, scale on the Y-axis, and scale on the X-axis. Move it down, and then just E to extrude. And maybe a little bit longer even. And then E to extrude, S to scale it down. And here you could just do into... Sometimes, if you want to still be able to loop cut, you don't necessarily want to do S to scale it down to 0 and collapse it all into one, because then... Now it still works because it's some... But if I were to L select all M and merge by distance, the problem is now I can't subdivide here anymore. So until I'm perfectly finished with everything, I usually probably just keep it quite small like this, so I can still subdivide if necessary. And then I'd probably think on what to do here. Sometimes when I do low poly stuff as well, I like to keep it so that I, let's see, I colorize it like this instead, maybe. A Control R here. So here's another good thing. If I would have collapsed that one down into an infinitely small point here, or a single vertex, I couldn't have loop cutted here. So Control R to loop cut there. And then maybe this one I'll scale Y0. And then I can do Control plus still to grow that on. And I'll take this one away. And then now G on the left side here and just color that white to get it to look like it was metal maybe. And then, I mean, that's pretty much done as a sword, but this needs to be smaller, I think. Scale, Shift Z as well, scales it like that. And then we could put Control. This is an iron sword, but with some, maybe something red down there. I don't know what that would be. No, I like the metal look, actually. I'm just going to keep it like that. And sometimes I do the fake shading as well, so I'll just do G, put that to a darker color, and these as well. Just like fake ambient occlusion a little bit. So, and then if you wanted to do it a little bit more interesting, I guess I could do this first. Alt select scale Y, L, and scale all this up a little bit more. Shift Z. There you go. So that's one sword, and then you could do Shift D to duplicate it. And then if we wanted to do it a little bit more spectacular, you could do something Control R. So there wouldn't be a sword that looked like this in real life, probably. But then you could, I don't know, select these. Okay, that's stupid for some reason. Control R again. Should we do? What was I trying to go for? Okay, so here's where I actually need to see through. Alt Z sees through. Box select a few of these. Because I've got double verts here still, but I'm going to merge them into single ones later. Not select this one. G. Okay, and I want to select these two as well. I don't know what I'm doing now. Maybe we'll do Shift select a few of these. Some fantasy thing. I to inset. B for the boundary. And then right click and do bridge faces there. Okay, that doesn't work because I need to do them separate, unfortunately. Right click, bridge faces. Okay, and then that one, unfortunately, stays. So right-click bridge faces. I'll delete them afterwards. I think I did one of these type of swords once in an old 10-minute modeling video. I get rid of those interior. And then when you're done with, I don't know why it would look like that. That looks stupid. But it looks different. L to select the linked, M and merge by distance, and it removed 12 vertices there, and now it's probably just one. Oh no, okay, so here as well, I'd merge the tip here. Alt Z to see through. B for box select, and then M merge at center, and then that should be just one vert. Now, when you don't need to subdivide it anymore, you could do something like that. And then I guess if you're still not if you're unhappy with it, you could do proportional, and then play around with it as well. Still to do, if you wanted to change it, scale it, scale. I don't know. Scale. I don't know, some fantasy sword there or some sort. And for this one as well, I'll do. For low poly swords, I usually keep them super simple like this anyway, because from, like, if you had a character running around with it in their hands, you only need it like that small anyway. And yeah, so L, we'll do the same here. Merge by distance, but these ones, again, box select there, merge at center, shift space G, shift space G. Where's my manipulator there? Proportional off. Nope, like it the way it was. So that's my sword. Super simple, super low poly. Nice sword. Ooh, Mad Mange always missed me. Now Friday turned out better. Yeah, because I had to skip yesterday's. I was away. I was in Liseberg in Göteborg yesterday. Went on a lot of rides with my kids and my wife, so that was fun. And we've got Alex Rack 2 here as well. Why don't we, let's see, why don't we don't a challenge? So that was something, for a change, it was me reading it wrong, I think. With where Imphenzia can participate too. Let's see if he wins his own contest. I doubt I would. You guys are too good now when it comes to the modeling. Oh, leather wrapping. That's actually just a metal base here, but let's put leather here. So, there we go. Leather. And I guess you could do like that then. Control R to fake the leather overlapping a little bit. And then proportional then. G. That's too big. And I guess I could do this as well then. Should I? Control B. From there, Control select. Select from there, Control select. Control B. Bevel. There you go. Fake leather. It looks probably too thin, but I think a lot of the stuff that you see from old artifacts and relics is that the fact that the sword, it's missing that part, I guess. I should make it a little bit bigger. Scale Y. There you go. So we got Mega Wigan at Imphenzia saying, so I can see it in orange here. Tips for dealing with scaling with mirror modifier. It's a very good idea. Very good question. So I meant to say, because I don't actually like that a lot with the mirror modifier myself. The way often when you scale it, if I select this and scale, it doesn't scale properly with the way the mirror modifying works, and I actually don't have any good advice for that. I usually just scale it and then I fix it, by moving it afterwards. So unfortunately, I don't have any great advice for that one. Let's see. Tips for drawing hair. Ooh, another one. I usually, again, with me doing low poly, I just usually do low poly hair. But there is the hair particle system thing that you could try to do. But I can't advise on that one, unfortunately, because I haven't used it enough. So let's see. Is it possible to select vertex in mirror side? No, it's not. When you model it with the mirror modifier, it's the vertices there are locked away. So the whole purpose is that you're meant to be working off the mirror side, the master side. So that's why they're locked away like that. There is another way instead. So you might be, there's like, let's say we apply this mirror modifier. There is actually another thing here, which is mirroring up here. If I mirror on the x-axis, and then when I modify something here, this is where you might think about the fact that it's possible to do on both sides. But what could happen here is that if you disable that one and move it, and then re-enable it, it probably will not catch because it needs to be in the exact same location. So this one will still work. So that's not a mirror modifier. It's a mirror editing mode there. I usually do not use that one so much. Maybe in sculpting I do. But usually I have the mirror modifier here. So if I Control Z this one back to there. Can you mirror on both axes? Yeah, I think so. There you go. Y-axis as well, I guess. I've never actually used it in multiple mirrors. But by the looks of it, you can. Yeah. I never use it. I always only mirror on one. Another thing that you might, just since we're talking about the mirror modifier, that could be good to know is the clipping is quite important. If you disable that one and move this one, you can see that you can open up gaps in your model like this. And most of the time you don't want that, but sometimes you do need to use it. But and the benefit, when you put clipping back on and you move this one in, it'll automatically merge it. So if I slide this together, it'll merge those. Especially if you got this merge enabled there, of course, then it merges them into the same vertex. I heard a cell phone, yeah. Here it is. It went off, but I don't know what it was trying to tell me. Let's see. Someone followed me. Woo! Thank you. Why do I get notifications for that still? Let's see, we've got another one here. Models UVs are overlapping. Is it okay when you switch this to game engine? Yeah, unless you've actually textured it in. Wait, so there are a couple of things on speaking of that one. Since these are overlapping all over the place, they're all in the same vertex, so these ones are all overlapping. And if you're using this color scheme thing, then it works perfectly fine. But if you wanted to replace this now with a texture, let's say you wanted a metal texture and paint whatever's on the sword, it would not work. In that case, they need to be like here with a smart UV projector or something, or you need to manually do it so you can paint into these different surfaces. Another thing that is good to know is that on some of the game engines, and both Unity and Unreal Engine, if you plan to use shadow mapping, do I say this right now? So that it calculates how shadows fall. So usually that would be more on for something like houses, for example, if you plan to put them in a scene, maybe not so much for a sword because you wouldn't have baked shadows for these things anyway. So if you're creating an object that needs baked shadows, then it needs shadow mapping UVs. And in Unity, you can just tick a checkbox there to say generate shadow mapping UVs, and you're sorted. And I don't know, again, I always get told by Mia if I say this right or wrong, but in Unreal Engine, I think you actually need to have a shadow mapping channel so that they're distributed, so we can apply those shadow mappings. But I might be wrong on that one, so it might be worth looking up. Let's see, if you extrude a face, then cancel, then it for me stales and ruins my mesh. Yes, just be aware of that one a lot. It happens to me and everyone. So if you extrude it and then you go, oh no, I changed my mind, and press escape or something, then you need to Control Z it once, even though you don't see it. And I always check this by just pressing G afterwards. So if I do E to extrude. Then I changed my mind, and let's see. So I press E to extrude, and then I right click it, and I go, okay, did I do it right now, or is it still a face there? Usually what I do is I press G to move it, and I see, okay, it is extruded. And then I just right click and press Ctrl Z once. So, and then I press G again just to make sure that it's not there. And if you've done it by mistake like this, and then you do that, and then you keep working or something, and then you go, okay, so now suddenly you can't go Ctrl Z to bring it back. And another way to test it, sometimes I just grab a vertex here. So I press 1, grab the vert, and then G to move it, and I go, okay, this not right, something's broken. Easiest way to fix that one usually for me is just A to select everything, M to merge, and then do by distance, and make sure that this distance is very small. And then it said here, it removed 6 verts, and then we're back to the way we were before. So if I press G there again now. So just be aware that if you extrude and cancel it, then it's actually a double face there. So Ctrl Z it or delete it afterwards by removing doubles. Yeah, like Geoff says there as well, M to merge doubles by distance. So that's it. All right, folks. I think we're going to end the stream there. So that was my sword submission. Let's save it. We'll do Imphenzia week, was it 21? Sword. Woohoo! Don't know why I put woohoo in the name there. Well, I participated in the challenge there. Scene looks empty without the diorama around it. So I think we're all done. So don't think we're all done here. Diorama. No, I won't have time for a diorama today, I'm afraid. But good try. I appreciate it. But a diorama, maybe. Modeling a diorama next week. Should we do that? Should we do some more modeling next week, maybe? Yeah, Ctrl Z is really good. I think they've nailed it pretty good, the way you can step it back. And sometimes you don't have enough history, but you can change the undo history and increase that a little bit if needed. But I actually agree as well that even with the selection, Ctrl Z cancels the selection. So, very good. All right, folks. I'm gonna go into full screen. Thanks to everyone who submitted your amazing modeling work here to the weekly modeling challenge, and thank you once again to Arvid and Alex for organizing that. It's really cool, and thanks for the nudge as well. Arvid pulls my ear and goes, it's time to review some challenges there. So I think it's absolutely cool that you guys are doing those submissions and that you're hanging out to create those things, and it's always a joy to go through them. So looking forward to next month. We'll do it again, of course, and get some questions as well about the low poly modeling challenge. And it would be fun to do something like that again, because even now when I go in here, I realize that I'm sort of getting rusty. I've been spending so much time doing other things with the game development recently, a lot of programming, and now I'm actually sneak peeking at some AI stuff due to some much needed, I don't know, features. But the modeling, I need to refresh my skills, because that is something that you need to keep fresh. And I remember when I did a lot of Ludum Dares, I used to do every 3 times a year Ludum Dare came, and usually before the Ludum Dare I practiced a little bit of Blender for about maybe a day or something, or like in the evening, to get up to speed before the Ludum Dare event. And that was really helpful. And then when I started, the reason why I started the 10-minute modeling challenge was to just keep every week, keep practicing and getting my just getting familiar and used to all the tools, all the shortcuts and everything. And since I stopped the 10-minute modeling challenge, I actually realized that I'm reducing my speed a lot in terms of just the general modeling speed. So I think just for the sake of like keeping up your skills, if you need to do quicker modeling and keep those things, you should actually keep practicing every week. So there's no real getting away from that, I don't think. So until next week, I hope you stay creative and do modeling, of course, in Blender, and game development in Unity and Unreal and Godot and everything that you want to do. And I'll see you next week for another stream, of course, on Thursday. So don't get this Friday things into your calendar, and we'll be back on Thursday. So until next week, have a great one, and I'll see you then.